If you want to create the business of your dreams, a business that serves your life and helps you build your best life, this episode of Real Retail TV is for you. If you want to build a business that serves your life, that gives you the life that you deserve because you're an entrepreneur, now is the time to figure out what it is. Now is the time to create a vision for your future so that you can build the right business. Let me tell you a story. So several years ago, my youngest son, Sam, and I went with his Boy Scout troop to Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico. And the Philmont Scout Ranch, that trip, if you're a Boy Scout, is considered a once-in-a-lifetime trip. You know, if you're a Boy Scout, you got to go to Philmont at least once. And, you typically go for a couple of weeks of backpacking. And one day, Sam and his buddy Austin were the navigators. And this was going to be a long day, but when we got to our next camp, they were going to have the food prepared for us. So, all we had to do is make it to the camp. They were going to make us the food. And we had a long day. It was long, and it was hot, and it was straight up. It was exhausting. It was a long, arduous day. And we get to the top of this mountain, and the view is beautiful. Everyone, wow, look at this. It was so worth getting up here. This was amazing. And then all of a sudden, we hear Sam and Austin start to cackle. But it wasn't a good cackle. It wasn't somebody told a funny joke cackle. It was a something is really wrong cackle. So we all go rush over to Sam and Austin. What's wrong? What's wrong? And they shared with us that we were now on the top of the wrong mountain. So we had to walk all the way down and then walk to the right destination. And so what's the point of this story? The point of this story is if you aren't intentional and thoughtful about where you're going, you may end up at the wrong place. Dan Kennedy says business owners are guilty of building houses they don't want to live in. I talked to a gentleman who built a very successful chain of pet stores, and he readily admitted that it cost him his marriage, and he was deeply regretful about it. So we're out of COVID. Now is the time for us to all sit down and say to ourselves, what do we really want from life? What do we want from our business? How do we want to create a business that serves our lives? And it starts with discovering what that is and creating a document that will be the North Star for your business. What I'm talking about here is creating a vision statement for your business. And I'm not going to get into how to create a vision statement, but I can send you to the resource. So if you Google Vision Zingerman's, you will be taken to a page where there is an article where Ari Weinzweig, who has spoken at the Retail Success Summit several times, talks about how Zingerman's family of businesses uses vision statements to create these roadmaps. Because if you know where you're trying to go, it becomes a lot easier to get there, right? When you discover what your vision for your business and your life is, all you have to do is sort of reverse engineer it. So that's my encouragement to you, is to recognize that right now, this moment in time, is the time for you to get very, very clear about what you want for your vision and what you want for your life and how you want your business to serve your life. And it starts by being thoughtful. It starts by being intentional. It starts by being truthful with yourself. And when you do the work of creating a vision statement, all of a sudden, everything becomes easier. Something else that I would encourage you to do that ties into this idea of what does the future look like for you? How do you create this ideal future? How do you build the business of your dreams? The business that you deserve because you're an entrepreneur. One of the things that is important is that you get out of your business so you can think about your business in a deeper, more meaningful way. And one of the best ways to do that is to come to the Retail Success Summit. You know, the Retail Success Summit is going to be in person. So just imagine being in a room with 400, 500 fellow retailers who are all excited about what the future is. You know, to sit in the room and to think about your business and your life in a meaningful way. You know, we've been through COVID. We're still in COVID. Some of us are still tired. Some of us are burned out. Some of us just need that shot of energy, that inspiration to really get to help get clear on what the future is for you. So, you know, the idea of having a vision statement, it is my strongest recommendation that you get serious about building a vision statement for your business and your life. Again, Zingerman's, Inc. magazine, Google it. It'll give you the format to do it. But also my sincerest hope is that you will find the time to come to Grand Rapids, to be in the room, to be inspired, to think about your business and to think about the future and to think about what you want and to get inspired to create that for yourself. So those are your 2 action items from this episode of Real Retail TV. Number 1, get serious about writing a vision statement. You'll be glad you do. Trust me on this one. And number 2, register for the Retail Success Summit if you haven't yet. You'll be glad you did. You'll be excited. You'll thank me at the end of those 2 days for sort of giving you the poke and getting you to Grand Rapids, because I guarantee you it's going to be an event that's going to be absolutely amazing this year. So I hope that you found that helpful. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to talk about your experience in the Retail Success Summit, put it in the comments down below. If you have any questions about the Retail Success Summit or about visioning, you know, make sure that you get in touch with the office. The Retail Success Summit, just, you know, go to our website. If you have any questions about visioning, you can email me personally at bob.nagan@whizbangtraining.com. This is an incredibly important topic that I am incredibly passionate about, and I am happy to answer your questions. All right, everybody. Hope you found this helpful. I'm Bob Nagan. We'll see you next week.